I wanted to get into this. This clip right here is from Jake Burns, and shout out to them at the Orange and Brown Report. Jake was on today, and he was talking a little bit, and I texted him a little bit today about what was going on about the playbook. But I thought he had a really good quote about what it has been with Nick Chubb. Right, we've looked at Nick Chubb and how he's really worked and made people look better. And I believe that Nick Chubb has made the offensive line look better as well as Kevin Stefanski, and he might have been using it as a crutch. And I thought this was a great clip right here. Hold on.
But the biggest part of when they've been their best is number 24. Yeah. Either creating, producing, and then taking things that he gives you and working off of those things that he gives you. You no longer have that crutch to lean on. Whereas you have two linebackers meet him in the hole, but he makes somebody miss and turns 6 yards into 56 yards, or whatever he does that is so unique that keeps your offense on schedule. So without that crutch, you now have put yourself in a position where you want the crutch, but the crutch is gone, and there is no crutch replacement because you haven't invested in the crutch replacement that you needed to invest in to become the version of this whole thing that you wanted it to be down the road. So they're in a terrible spot right now. This offense, it's hard to see them rewriting the whole thing.
I thought that was shout out to Jake Burns, Orange and Brown Report. Make sure you go follow them. He always has a breakdown, and he's one of the guys I trust when it comes to breaking down film. He always has it all 22, and I texted him earlier, and then I saw that, and he had it on Twitter, and I think that was a big thing. When you talk about it, he talks about a crutch, right? And this is the problem that I've had when I argue a lot with people about run versus pass, run versus pass, run versus pass, right? It's one of those things where a lot of times we project who we think we are, right? In our head, we construct this beautiful world of who you are as an individual. And to be truthful, a lot of times that beautiful thought process in your head is way off. Listen, that's why mirrors were created, right? Everybody don't know that they're getting fat, right? You just don't know you put on a couple pounds. But that mirror is always right there to be like, no, you might want to stop eating and get in that mirror, right? You might want to get on that treadmill. Everybody has this great projection of who they are. And Kevin Stefanski is projecting that he's some sort of 5-wide, air it out guru, some passing game savant. But the reality is the rest of the world, we don't see it that way, Kevin. Actually, we see you running the same old medium sauce playbook, and you trying to pawn it off on being like innovative. Like the laughable thing is, he thinks that no one understands the reason he comes out in 5 wide with 3 tight ends is because the play, right? The personnel grouping, you got 3 tight ends. Who would expect you to go 5 wide with 3 tight ends? I'm going to put them out there and with DPJ and Amari Cooper. And it's going to be such a mismatch. And defenses are laughing in his face. We're all laughing in his face at home. What are you talking about, bro? You do know that the tight ends you got still ain't getting open. And then you run 5 wide and run a 3-yard hitch to Austin Hooper, or now your new crush is Harrison Bryant? It's laughable. It's laughable. These guys want to be so much without Nick Chubb. Like when I'm arguing on Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, why are you trying to make other people shine and say the only way I can win is by throwing the ball, or I want to throw the ball. I want to be Patrick. You're not Patrick Mahomes. You're not. You're not Tom Brady. Look who's won Super Bowls the last few, top 5 guys in the world all time ever. But you want to prove that you can find any quarterback, make them good, throw the ball, and win by disregarding what you have here. One of the worst things you can do as a man or a person or any spouse in any relationship is start watching what every other body you got. Start looking at somebody else's wife talking about, oh, well, you don't do what she do. Start looking at somebody else's girlfriend talking about, well, you better concentrate on what you got in your house. And the Browns have not done a good job of concentrating what they got on their house. And then it's so bad, they're not even aware of it. Like Jake said, they're not even aware that your team was built, set up to run the football and run play action and do some things out off of that. You don't have no dynamic 6'5" monster receivers. You ain't got no DK Metcalfs and Stephon Diggs and you don't got those guys. It's no knock to the guys you got, but you have to play to their strengths. But not for us. Nope. And the crazy part he said was like, they're using it as a crutch. And the problem is you haven't even invested in the backup crutch. That was tough. You didn't feel there was a need for another crutch because you thought you was walking on your own. See, it's funny when them training wheels get taken off. Them training wheels get took off, all of a sudden, now you got to manufacture something on your own. Them 6-7 yards that Nick Chubb was busting his tails for to keep you on schedule to be third and medium, you don't look like such a big genius now. Because now you got young running backs. And y'all brainwash us into thinking about that. The fact that I even argue with somebody and arguing back and forth and whether Nick Chubb was going to get another contract or you don't pay a running back. You pay who you got. Not you pay for what you got, not what you want to be. Because if they really wanted to be somebody, then you know, what's the name say? You want to be somebody? You want to go somewhere? You better wake up and pay attention. Shout out to Sister Act. Look, you got rid of Kareem Hunt. You talk about we going and it was laughable. We can't pay Amari Cooper all this money. The best receiver you got. What receivers have you ever developed? I'll wait. Webster Slaughter? Reggie Langhorne? What receivers is just falling out the trees for the Cleveland Browns? I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out.